Can the Memphis Grizzlies actually win a championship? And what is the missing link in Philadelphia for them to have a chance in the Eastern Conference and to represent the East in the finals? And finally, how you will get paid to watch this one. Let's get it.
This is Enough Said Sports.
Hey guys, I hope all is well in your world. It is all well here at Enough Said Sports as we come to you with another preview and prediction video, this time for the National Basketball Association here on YouTube. Thank you for taking the time out of your day or your evening to watch us here. For those of you who are new to our content, welcome to Enough Said Sports, where we don't do fandom, we do business, and where we don't make friends, we make money. Appreciate it again. If you like this sort of content, please also join us on Patreon. Click the first link in the description box below. Become a true fan of Enough Said Sports. Get all of our exclusive picks from the NBA, NFL, college football, and also adding MLB, college basketball, and NASCAR back in the mix. Appreciate the support yet again. Definitely check us out over there. We've got a matchup coming on Monday, January the 31st. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies traveling to play the Philadelphia 76ers. The Memphis Grizzlies are at 3-point underdogs here, 3.5-point underdogs as the Philadelphia 76ers and the Grizzlies total. And this one is going to be over or under 219. Let's first talk about the Memphis Grizzlies and the type of threat that they are in the Western Conference. I'm going to tell you, I'm very, very impressed with Ja Morant. I'm very, very impressed with this team. I'm very, very impressed with this entire organization across the board. This team is extremely well built, guys. This team has sustained some injuries. This team is without Dillon Brooks at the moment because he's got a sprained ankle, obviously. And they have just had guys in and out of lineup all year long. Ja Morant's been there for the most part, but even he missed a stretch there in the middle of the season, and they were still winning games. This Memphis Grizzlies team is really, really scrappy. I don't really know what to say about them other than they play together. They take care of the basketball, and they really do a great job of getting really high percentage shots, really good looks at the basket. They don't really take a whole lot of contested, shots or anything like that. Really, really well-run offense. They get the most out of their team. They play very solidly defensively. They clean the boards. This team just does everything right. They do everything right. And the Golden State Warriors, the Phoenix Suns of the world, these teams really need to be concerned with the Memphis Grizzlies. And quite frankly, I think the Golden State Warriors, and I'm saying this as a Golden State Warriors fan, I love them, love Steph Curry, love what he does, love Klay Thompson. But I'm going to tell you, a matchup with the Memphis Grizzlies does concern me just for the simple fact that the Golden State Warriors tend to turn the basketball over. And this Memphis Grizzlies team does a really great job of forcing you to actually beat them. You're going to have to beat this Memphis Grizzlies team in order to win the game. The Memphis Grizzlies are not going to beat themselves. And that's one of the things that really concern me for the Golden State Warriors matching up with this particular team. And they just put so much pressure on you. They keep driving into the painted area. Ja Morant's done an amazing job improving his three-point shot. I could go on and on. Memphis Grizzlies are looking like a very serious threat, very formidable in the Western Conference. Now we switch over to the Philadelphia 76ers. Let us down last time out. We had them covering against the Kings. This team concerns me a lot because you just don't ever really know what you're going to get out of them. They are very, very unpredictable and very hard to read, and they're just kind of difficult to handicap because, on one end, they're very, very talented. They're very good. They're very lethal. And on the other end, they're very apathetic. They're very lazy. They're very sluggish. They don't get things done. So it's just really hard to wrap your hands or wrap your arms around this Philadelphia 76ers team as a professional capper. They really, really frustrate you. But this team, what's the missing link with this team? I really think that, holding out hope that you're going to get Ben Simmons for James Harden, I think would be a big mistake on the Philadelphia 76ers brass part. I think you need guys like a Buddy Hield. I know he was on the table there in the Kings balked at the price that the Philadelphia 76ers were trying to ask to get Ben Simmons traded. I think somebody like Buddy Hield, I think somebody like, a Dylan Brooks, even, not saying that the Memphis Grizzlies will make that trade, but I think you would go a lot longer way if you took Ben Simmons, got him for a, somewhat of a role player with some draft picks. I think that's going to be your most value, the highest value proposition, in my opinion. I don't love James Harden to the Sixers. I just don't necessarily think he fits. I think Joel Embiid likes to dominate the basketball. Obviously, he likes to touch it, likes to be the facilitator of the offense, likes the offense to run through him. And I don't think that he and James Harden are going to necessarily mesh well together. And so I think that Ben Simmons for like a Buddy Hield and some draft picks would probably make more sense for this team. And I think if you did that, I think that this team would be a serious threat in the Eastern Conference, probably come out of the East or get really close to coming out of the East. Obviously, you still got the world champions over there that you always got to give them their proper respect, even though they're not playing well right now. Come playoff time, I got a feeling that Giannis is going to have a whole lot to say about who comes out of the Eastern Conference. And I think the Milwaukee Bucks are probably dragging a little bit from last year. And so I think they'll be ready in the playoffs. So I digress. I just think that the Philadelphia 76ers need to try to go ahead and move Ben Simmons for like a role player piece with some picks. I think you're going to get some good value that way. Now, as for the pick itself in this particular contest, I'm going to roll with the Memphis Grizzlies. I got a little trepidation about it, just simply because this regular season NBA is enough to drive a sane man crazy, because from night to night, you just don't know necessarily who's going to show up and do the things that they normally would do. And it's just the Memphis Grizzlies have been covering. So you get kind of get a little trepidation when it comes to continuing to pick the same team to cover over and over again. But I can't resist it here. I got to go with Memphis. I like them here. I think it's a great value. Take those 3 points, 3.5 points. So I'll take Memphis plus 3.5. And I'll also take Memphis on the money line. I think it's a good value when you can get a very good team like Memphis, like Phoenix Suns, like the Warriors, in an underdog situation where they got mostly their main players are playing. I think you gotta take it. You gotta take it. And if it burns you, it burns you. But I'm taking the Memphis Grizzlies here. And I'm also going to stay under the 219. I think that this is going to be a bit more of a defensive struggle. I think the Memphis Grizzlies will ugly this game up. I like the Memphis Grizzlies plus 3.5, Memphis on the money line, and under 219 total. Memphis Grizzlies fans, what do you think? Are you guys a formidable threat in the Western Conference to go to the NBA Finals, possibly even win the whole dang thing? And the Philadelphia 76ers fans, do you think that you guys need to go ahead and just freaking trade Ben Simmons already, or are you in favor of holding off and waiting to try to get James Harden? And finally, give me your thoughts on what you think about the video itself, the pick itself. Thank you so much, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment. It does so much for us, and really appreciate the support. And again, if you like this sort of content, please join us on Patreon. Click the first link in the description box below. Become a true fan of Enough Said Sports. Thanks as always, guys. Have a great and wonderful evening, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care.